In this video I'm going to be talking about what we did on week 4. So for our rehearsals we didn't start until Tuesday, which was a full company singing call. So we had Elfin, our professional composer, and we also had Katie. So in this rehearsal we were sort of really looking at different, so the Act of 1 and sort of like the big companies, so like start of Act 1 and end of Act 1 as well, so those big sort of songs, and also Titania and Oberon's entrance, so there's a big singing part that goes along with the dance. And we done this over 2 lessons, and at the start it was quite hard because not everyone knew what they were doing, so it was quite hard to get different pictures and this and that, but after a while it started to sound a lot better, and it got a lot easier for me as well. But I think what I need to practice on is being able to dance as well as sing at the same time, which is my main thing that I have to do now for this scene. And then on Wednesday we went through the lullaby with the fairies with Titania as well. So this is when Titania is going to sleep, so we rock her and sing as well. And this was quite new. This was a new sort of piece because we had done different little bits and bobs for this, but we didn't actually have like a set thing that we had to do. It was quite lots of different things, so it was quite hard to sort of at the start to bring everything together and remember what we had done and then bring that all into one piece. But after we ran it a few times and we introduced Titania into it as well, it did feel a lot better, but I still need to just go over and rehearse the parts where we're actually with Titania, where we're falling asleep on her, because I always seem to be out of time of the dance because it's just, I don't know why, but I'll just need to practice it and look at videos and see why I'm out of time, or why, if I need to speed up or slow down at a certain point. And then we started to look at the forest scene again and having new ideas. So one of these ideas was to not have the poles, so it's just our arms moving to be the forest, and I found this a lot easier than having a pole that was sort of getting in your way in a sense. But also I found that I could get more tangled up and I could be more forest-like and a bit more tangled in myself and a bit dysfunctional in the sense that body parts shouldn't look like that in a sense. And then Nigel also asked us if we would wear these little finger lights, so green, white and red and blue. So we tried them on and we dimmed the lights, and it did look it looked very effective because it was just this sort of eerie, sort of fairy-esque like kind of light, because the lights were dimmed and there was you could only see our fingers with the lights on. But it was very hard to dance because it was pitch black. So no one got hurt luckily, but people were it was a lot slower scene, and I think it would work, but there needs to be some sort of lighting so then people can see where they're going, but that sense of the light still being on I think would work really well. And then on Thursday again we had another full company cast call for singing as well, and then we just went over the entrance of Titania and Oberon, the Act 1 and opening, and Act 2 and Act 1 ending as well. So this was really nice to just sort of refresh what we had gone over and just try and just dig it into our heads. And we had some percussion as well, and we tried lots of different things out with stamping and clapping, and not stamping and not clapping, and only stamping and only clapping. And we found that it actually works with us singing and stamping 8 times and then clapping as well, which was quite nice. And then on Friday we did a full run through of Act 1, which I think went really well for our first time. There was obviously a lot of mistakes, but for thinking that 4 weeks ago we didn't have anything and we had just come into Emmanuel Hall, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to go. And the dancing from my perspective went really well, and I was really proud of what I did in that part.